Welcome to the 2A
Brotherhood Podcast.
Proudly sponsored by Goliath Defense and Cock Firearms.
How copy?
Over.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 2A Brotherhood Podcast. Hey, guys, we appreciate you taking your time to come spend your Friday evenings with us. We thank you so much. We have a special guest with us this week, Chad from the Gun and Gear Review Podcast. Man, we appreciate you coming. If you want to go ahead and take like 30 seconds, whatever, or all, it doesn't matter. Take some time, introduce yourself, and we'll get this podcast rolling.
Well, I thought I had the whole show. Yeah, I'm Chad. I'm, like you said, host of the Gun and Gear Review Podcast. So there's that. I also run the firearmsinsider.tv website, which is where all our written reviews go. So you can check it out if you want to hear some
Throw me in the
reviews.
chat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the chat window, so because it probably just double back and you'll just get weird sound effects from me. So
Well, I'll put it in the description and chat box for anybody who wants to go check out the social media.
and
Website
yeah,
stuff.
and so basically, I've been the host of the podcast for like probably 8 years now. Somewhere I have it written down when we had our 500th episode. I went back and tried to figure out how long I'd been doing it for, and so we have some co-hosts too, but you'll just go listen to it someday and then you can figure out who they are. So we like this show, I guess, I can say something. We also have a token black man.
That's me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a token black man.
Looking at
Yeah,
your website
so-
right now.
So yeah, and that's pretty much it. I've been doing these reviews for years, so I don't know why I keep doing them, but it gives me something to do and an excuse to go to the range, I think.
Hell yeah.
Hey, dude, ain't nothing wrong with that. Any chance you can get to go to the range is a good day.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and post these in the description and chat. If you want to check out the social media, it's Firearms Insider. I'll have their link to the Instagram posted, but I was just checking out your website and everything, and it's very well put together, man. I mean, it's like pretty professional. Like, guys, go check it out. They have some merch and stuff on there too. You can get.
Yeah, and on there there is a link in the drop down menu to the podcast if you want to do it directly instead of going everywhere else to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of merch. It's just on there. The important stuff is the discounts. That's what people really want.
Exactly. Speaking of discounts, Rob, Austin, do you want to talk about our sponsors today?
Well, if you're looking to buy you a gun, there's only one place you go. All right. If you don't go to Cox Firearms, you're a loser. Okay. Now, when you buy that gun, you're gonna need a holster for it. Okay.
I bet I know where you can get a holster.
There's only one place you go. Okay. All these other holster companies are just trash. Okay. Their Kydex isn't up to par. You see some people rocking these universal holsters, okay? Like they're like a bunch of lamos, all right? You go to Goliath Defense, where you could also find some training, all right?
That's right.
That training will get you prepped and ready to tackle the world, okay? And with your holster, you can do anything. All right, so you get your gun at Cocked Firearms, you get your holster at Goliath Defense, and then you walk out into the world like the badass you are. All right, stop being one of these lames with universal holsters and not cocked firearms, and be a man.
Hey,
Or a woman.
can Can you tell them how they can save a little bit of money?
Yeah, so who pays full price for shit these days, okay? What loser pays full price, all right? So what you're gonna do, this is a secret, don't go telling everybody, all right? You enter code 2AB and you get yourself 10% off, okay? It's a secret. Tell your mom, tell your grandma, don't tell your girlfriend, okay? Use code 2AB.
Oh, your boyfriend.
Listen, all right? If you got a boyfriend, don't come talking to me. Maybe Rob will hit you up, all right?
Well, Austin,
But your granny's all
Austin,
mine.
I appreciate
know-
that very thorough, in-depth.
So
shout out to our sponsors.
what I'm getting here is this Goliath defense guy. I've been paying full price, so I could have used
You're-
this 2AB code.
I'm sorry to tell you this, man. I was probably told you this. You should have been told this a long time ago. You're a fucking loser, dude.
The
You can't say that to the guest, man.
I'm kidding, man.
Well,
I'm kidding. You seem
I
like a
know.
cool guy.
I'm going to help your guys' ad read out here because Goliath Defense made me. I have an outside the waistband holster, and it's pretty special because I don't know if he'd do it for anybody else. He made me one for my High Point Yeet Cannon.
Hey, if you're not rocking High Point, you're not rocking shit.
It's actually pretty funny because when we had Kyle on the podcast, he said, say what you will about High Points, but they have the highest body count.
I wonder
Well,
why.
yeah, they've probably broken the most feet too because if you drop it, it'll probably break your foot.
The most
I mean-
accurate held sideways.
Yeah, that's how you get the magazines to work. If you have to hold it sideways. It's not. That's why people hold them sideways because if you hold them like a normal gun, they just those handguns, the magazines just don't work. So you
Well,
got to
right.
tilt them sideways.
What's funny is you don't normally see High Points in holsters.
No.
And the
Well,
good
that's the thing is, and High Point, we've had Dave on from High Point a few times, and he's sent us stuff before, and I kind of talked him out of this one on purpose. It's their M81 Yeet Cannon, so, and then I have a old Pepsi machine that's been converted to hold guns, and one of the buttons on it is now the Yeet Cannon button. Now, of course, you push it, it doesn't really drop the gun, but hey, it still looks good. You push the button, then you pull the gun out of the slot. Hey,
It'd be great if you press the button and then accidentally drops two, like the soda machines used to do back then.
yep. But so
yeah.
there is that. But no, the thing is everybody harasses High Point, but they're not as terrible as everybody says. Especially their carbines. Their carbines are pretty good. I have two of them. One's the new pistol version, and the other one is in 30 Super Carry because I'm weird.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it, Glock was the High Point back in the day.
No, that was Lorson.
And Jimenez and stuff, right?
Exactly.
And Raven. It's a bunch of them.
Yeah, all those Ring of Fire guns.
Saturday night specials.
Hmm.
The trunk sales.
They made them illegal, then they started shooting them with real guns, right? Reliable guns.
Good save. Right?
So I'd like to know, Chad, what was you said you've been doing this podcast for 8 years.
Yeah, I've
you've
been the host for like 8 years. Yeah,
So you've been hosting for 8. Have you been doing it longer?
I was a co-host for a couple years before that.
Do you want to talk about like what got you into like what sparked your interest in firearms, and then how did that lead into you reviewing them?
Okay, so now the story goes way back because I was a kid and I needed something to do and I liked guns, and then my dad had taken me shooting when I was a little kid, shot me how to shoot. because we kind of lived out in the country. You couldn't shoot like huge stuff, and so I always enjoyed it. And then when I got a little older, I was like, I wanted something to do, and they shot small bore rimfire locally. So I started doing that, and so that pretty much started my entry into actual doing stuff with guns. And so did that for a little while. Then of course I got older, and you know, all I cared about was girls. So I didn't do it for like, I don't know, 15 years or 10 years, I don't know. And then I got married, and I needed something to do. So my wife, who now says it's the worst choice she ever made, both me and getting me back into guns. So then I was like looking around, looking what to do, and so I basically joined the local range and started shooting USPSA, and that was back when you had two classes, limited and open. So, you know, and then it just went from there. And then when I started listening to podcasts, and we're talking, this is years ago, so they weren't very big. And we're on the Firearms Radio Network, the podcast is, and they got a ton of them now. And they were looking for people to review stuff for the Firearms Insider website, you know, and I'm like, that looks like something to occupy my time. And so I, you know, sent them an email and all that crap, and wrote a few reviews that are still on the website, but they got transferred over, so they're not quite right. But they're there, and they were probably not very good. Well, I still don't think they're any good, but and then started doing that, did that for a while, just here and there, writing them on stuff that I did, I owned and reviewed. Then the guy that was the co-host eventually, or the host, got a real job, as he said, and he's like, you guys want to do it, or you want to do it? And I was like, sure, I'll do it, because if I didn't do it, nobody else was. And here we are today, and you know, we're on episode like 596 or something. And like, if you go to the website, you can actually get there eventually. If you go to like more reviews, you can go all the way back to 2013, which I don't have any reviews back in 2013, but there are reviews that go back that far. So, and a lot of those got imported back over. But so that's the short story of how I got into this stuff. And now, you know, people send me stuff, and I write reviews on it. And we do knives, we do gear, we do guns. It's like I told my wife years ago, it's like I hadn't gotten any free guns, like, ever. And I was like, you know, I'm like, nah, yeah, okay. And then it took me, like, I told her, it's like, yeah, it took me like 6 years of doing it. And then I got like 2 in a week. And I was like, huh, okay. And then, you know, we don't get a ton in now, but it's not, I don't go out and ask for everything like some people I'm sure do. It's like, I tend to like stuff that's more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'd be ecstatic if, what is that new Dragon pistol? It's like $5,000 that just came out.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to send me one for review, great. But I'd rather review a gun that's $600 or $400 that somebody's going to take out and actually use and can afford. Because, yeah, I know there's people that can drop $5,000 and not worry about it. But most of the people I know, it's like, okay, yeah, they'll go drop $500 on a handgun, but you know, they're not going to drop $5,000 on one.
Right.
Yeah.
You said you review knives.
We do. We'll do pocket knives and.
Well, I just got, maybe you could look. Have you ever reviewed True Knives?
I have not. I
So-
don't think anybody else has either.
I just picked up this knife the other day, and I actually absolutely love it. It's a true FMK Mar Cleaver flipper knife. and this thing
Oh, okay. I think we've talked about them a few times.
out the box, this thing was sharp as hell. It's really smooth, and I absolutely love it. I've been using it for a couple days now, and yeah, so
Yeah,
might be one to add to the list.
yeah.
What's the
I
blades
mean,
do?
I have a few sitting here right next to me that have had reviews on them. Like we do, Civivi is pretty good to us, so we do a lot of Civivi reviews. So I have the Soken fixed blade, which is it's pretty good. It's a nice little fixed blade. I have a Cobra Tech Auto that they
Hmm.
sent for review. It's a decent auto, especially for the price. I mean, but you can, if you like type in knife under the search bar, you can
Yeah.
find all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, and there's a guy local that he's really into like odd knives. So
Yeah.
like he just bought, I think it was, Kaiser.
yeah,
They just did a limited release with some other company, and it's like it's this little teeny knife, maybe 3 inches, not even that probably, and it's got a Lego handles, so you can like put
Oh, wow.
Legos on it. But it's pretty cool. But he
Yeah.
hasn't reviewed it yet. But it's
Yeah.
just different. So
that's pretty slick. Well, to answer your question, Rob, this is D2 steel.
I was gonna ask that too.
Yeah,
We like D2 steel here.
Me too.
This Cobra Tech is actually D2.
yeah. Like I said, I
this-
got it out the box. It was super sharp. You know, and it's I've used the heck out of it, and it's still, it's still holding pretty strong. I've had it for
Yeah.
a few days now.
Well, I hear you.
What do you think about S30V?
You know, I like S30V. It can
Mm-hmm.
have some problems.
Like
Depending on what
sharpening it when it's dull?
Oh yeah.
That's a bitch.
I'm trying to think. Oh, this is M390. I have this Vosteed that I pretty much carry every day. And it's M390, and it's a pain in the butt to sharpen, but I abuse this thing. It's even got let's see if I can get this. I don't think you can probably see it. It's got a little chip out of the blade. And that's the other. But yeah, a lot of those super steels, they stay sharp forever, but if you have to sharpen them,
Yeah.
they take a while to sharpen.
Yeah. I carry a paramilitary too. I love that knife.
There's so many good knives out there nowadays, and
Mhm.
and they've come a long way with steels.
Yeah.
Like this little fixed blade is Nitro V,
hmm
and it works. It's a great steel for what it is too.
It's so many crazy steels out there that they use for knives. It's crazy.
So, what do
Mm-hmm.
you think the best steel for a knife is?
I
Well,
would
it
say
depends
carbon
on
steel.
it depends on the use. I
Like a
mean,
general all-purpose, hunting
folder.
knife, just general use, like cutting boxes, like one that you would carry in your pocket every day, day to day, right?
I still think for the price nowadays, the D2 is a phenomenal product. The only problem with it is if you don't oil it, it can rust in certain environments.
Mhm.
But for the price, you can get a decent folder with D2 for like $50.
Yeah, this was like 40, $50. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the knife I carry. Granted, they sent it to me. It's like $140 knife with that M390, and I don't, for everyday use. It's got a chip out of it because it's a little brittle,
Yeah.
because it's hard. The D2, it's like okay, and then if you're like anybody else, you might lose your knife, and if you lose a $50 knife, it's not like you lost a
Yeah.
$400 knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to rock Spydercos.
Yeah,
And those
I-
things are expensive. And back when I was offshore, I probably lost like 2 or 3, and that's like $400 or $500 right there.
And that's the thing is we're more about practical stuff. I mean, I have a Medford knife that, it's like a $500 knife, and it is a ton, and it's pretty cool, but I'm not going to, I don't carry it every day. I call it an heirloom knife because I'm just, when I die, one of my kids is going to get it and probably do the same thing I do with it and say, this is pretty cool. And then they'll throw it back in the safe. That's what I guess.
How do you feel about high carbon steel blades? The
Old school, like
Yeah,
fixed
just-
blades.
yeah, like just high carbon.
Yeah. I have a few. The only problem I ever had with them is you have to sharpen them more. They don't
Yeah.
hold it as good of an edge as the super steels they have out nowadays. And of course they rust, but besides that,
They're easy to sharpen.
yeah. And I mean, and they've been around forever, and
Yeah.
companies still make them,
Yeah.
even like if you look at like an Essie knife or something, some of theirs are like, yeah, you get S35 or you can get like a high carbon steel, and they still work.
I got one of my like passed down knives my dad gave me, and it's the same thing. One of the knives I'd pass down to my kid. I don't carry it because I lose knives left and right. And I damage them, lose them. So it's not one I tend to carry. But yeah, I have one of those that it just sits on the shelf.
Right. Yeah, I get you. Like, I pulled this one down because for some reason I haven't put it in the safe yet. But I talked Civivi out of their 10-year anniversary Elementum, which is, I mean, it's just a liner lock, but it's running like S30V steel, super sharp. But I mean, it's a great knife. I'm like, nah, I'll just keep that one. But little flipper, it's just kind of one of their flagship knives that they do. And it came with like, they actually sent me the little coin it came with, and I'm like,
Shit.
oh, that's pretty cool. And I reviewed it, but it's like they make so many different knives in this model. I was just like, that's super cool. So
What brand of knife would you say makes the best for the money?
that's, I mean, I can't even answer that. Like the Civivis, they're really good to us, but they cost a little more than they used to.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
everything though.
I've seen some decent, like Kaiser can make a decent knife for a decent price. I really like the Cobra Tech knives I have, and they're all made overseas too, but they import them and QC them, I think in Texas, but don't quote me on that. And they make a good knife for the price. I mean, there's so many, like the one that Austin has, that's a decent knife for the price. It's
Yeah.
like, so I can't, and I've had enough of different brands that I'm like, okay, some are better than others. Like all the Civivi folders I have are super smooth. Their bearings in them are just fantastic. Even a button lock, liner lock. I mean, and they're not expensive. And then I have a Sencut, which is their cheaper brand, and they're decent too. They just use different steel in them. So, and we're big Civivi fans. One, we like them because they put decent steels in them. They're not super expensive, and they're super smooth. But I'm not gonna say it's the best out there for the price. There's all kinds of other good knives out there,
Yeah,
and the name brands also. I mean, you can Kershaw, CRKT. They all make decent knives. I should be more partial to Kershaw since they're somewhat close, but I'm not.
So I have one more question. Benchmade or Spyderco?
Well, I have a problem with Benchmade, so I'm going to say Spyderco. I'm still mad at Benchmade
Wow.
because their PR department lied. Years ago, they tried to do a story because they were cutting up guns for the local police department. And they're like, oh, we had to destroy these. And I'm like, no, you're in Oregon. The police department can sell them to an FFL and they can sell them to whoever. And they're like, so they were, I know they were cutting them up as a favor to the police department, but they lied about it. And then they were trying to cover their butt. And I'm like, you know, I'm just going to say no. And the problem, and so that's one problem I have with them. I have plenty of people and they're like, my son has a Benchmade that he just loves. And I'm like, okay. The other problem I have with Benchmade nowadays is for the price, you can get far better knives cheaper. That's the problem I have with Benchmade. So I would go with a Spyderco.
Now, what about K-Bar? I feel like they've fallen off a lot. Like,
I am with you there.
Yeah.
They still make some decent knives, but I think you don't really hear much of them anymore. I mean, if you want a good fixed blade, they still make a decent, knife, but it's not like it's changed in 20 years.
What you think about SOG knives?
You know, I think I have one, and I haven't seen any of their super new stuff, but I've never thought they were junk. So, I mean, they're decent. I just think, I think with them, I also think that you can get a better knife cheaper. Now, years ago, SOG sent me one of their little backpacks. When they were I think they still make some. They don't make that particular one. I've had this thing for years and years and years, and somewhere on there's a review on the website. I still take this thing. It is my carry-on, or not my carry-on, but my personal item whenever I fly. And I take it to SHOT Show, wear it around SHOT Show. That has been the best pack ever. Like, it's the perfect size for what I use it for. And I haven't destroyed it yet, so.
Hey. That's a good thing. Like, you review book bags and stuff too, and stuff like that. Like,
I got a SOG book bag that I've had for like 12 years now.
Dude, I bought mine at Fort Gordon, and that thing, I still have it.
Yeah, this is my carry-on when I go on planes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and I've have other supposedly higher quality packs and stuff, and I mean, we could do reviews for book bags and stuff, but mainly it's like backpacks or smaller backpacks, like we have, or like a sling pack or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't really hunt anymore. And I never was the type of person that would take a huge like pack and pack in somewhere and hunt. I'm not saying that if somebody didn't want to, if somebody wanted to write a review on one for us, but so I don't know much about like huge packs.
Yeah.
I like 511 bug out bags. I think they're pretty cool.
They and that's the thing is 511's been around long enough that their stuff, they know, their stuff survives. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna, you can't maybe drag it behind your pickup on a gravel road, but there's very few things that will survive that. So
Maybe a SOG.
yeah, it might. Like mine is just, and it doesn't look very tactical, so it's even better walking through an airport, even though it's got a bazillion patches on it. And I mean, not really, because it only holds so many, but
Yeah. And it's funny you said that about how it's like a carry-on, because same thing for me, man. Same thing for me. I've had that thing for years.
yeah,
I bought mine in 2012.
see, you guys are making me look this up now to see when I
bought
when I
mine in, I
reviewed-
think,
when I-
2013.
when I reviewed this. It's let's see, it was 2000. I've had it since 2016.
Yeah,
That's
I bought,
when the review came out.
yeah, I
have
bought
a
mine in
Sandpiper.
2013 when I was in Fort Eustis.
Yeah,
Got a sandpiper I like too.
yeah.
Didn't you buy a backpack at Gettysburg?
Yeah, that was yeah. I can't think of the name of it, man.
Do you use it at all?
Uh, I was going to. It has the two straps, and then I was going to use it for fishing, and then I realized a sling style would be better, and then I got the 511. Damn.
I always forget names of stuff too that I
Yeah.
have.
511. I'm sorry. Let me.
I
And
He was asking me. We were in Gettysburg, uh, and he was asking me. He was like, "You think I should get this backpack? You think I should get this
oh,
backpack?"
a 511 Rush Moab 8, and it's pretty nice. I like it.
I have a. I have no idea where this one came from, but it's here. Oh, well, I kind of know. I have a tactical tailor, like smaller backpack that's like Flectar camo or something. I don't even remember what it is, and I just keep medical stuff in it, and it's in the in my car basically. So, I've only ever had to pull the pack out once, and I didn't get to use anything out of it, which is good.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was a car accident, and it was pretty nasty, but everybody was not like bleeding out or anything, so
Hmm.
that was a good thing. But I grabbed it just because I was like, well, you never know, because
Right.
it literally like happened like right in front of me. So
Yeah, man. Always
Did
good
you-
to be prepared.
Did
Yeah.
you ever, or have you done reviews on plate carriers?
we do have some plate carrier reviews, I think, on the website. I have a few. Most of them are minimalist plate carriers for the most part. I think there's one. I don't know. Predator Armor sent some of their steel armor, and they sent one of their plate carriers. I have I think it's a Grey Ghost Precision plate carrier, which I like. One of them's behind me. I don't remember which one, sitting on top of and I think there might be some other plate carriers on the website, but I'm like, since I don't wear them all the time,
Yeah.
and I've used them and been like, yeah, okay, and so they basically just sit hung up with mags and stuff in them, and that's about it.
Yeah, just ready for the apocalypse.
That's right.
When
Now-
the zombies come.
Well,
The-
I live in Oregon, so the zombies are already here. We're just not allowed to do anything with them.
So you just worried about fighting off the trannies?
Oh man, now you're gonna get Austin started.
Right.
I'm trying to find this plate carrier because I want to know if you've heard about it or done a review on it.
Have you?
I
Yeah.
may have heard about it. We probably didn't write a review on it, but
I have
I'll
a,
look.
I've been
I have
really,
an Agilite. I
Okay.
thought that was pretty nice.
I've
Yeah,
been really
I've heard
considering
they're-
getting this,
they're
and
Pretty good, the Agilite ones. Let's see. There's an old tactical tailor that I didn't write on the website. Looks like there's that, and then the Predator armor one. I guess the
Prime Warrior plate carrier 3.0.
okay. Yeah,
Have you
I
heard-
That-
I have not heard of it. There's so many out there that I just like. A lot of times I'll just skip over stuff. I'm like, if I'm not interested at the particular time, I'm just like, okay. I mean, I got a list. I got a Google Doc that has all this links to all kinds of stuff that if I really run out of content for the podcast, I'll just grab something. Sometimes you'll look at it, especially certain times of the year, you're like, there's no new stuff coming out, and so you're grabbing it old stuff and looking like, oh, this is fun. Let's
Yeah.
see what this thing's about.
Have you reviewed any plates?
The only plates I've reviewed are the steel ones from Predator Armor, and then I have there's some Safe Life Defense sent me a 3A soft armor, and we did some of that.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it. There's a backpack one in there too, but
I got you.
and the 3A, the soft armor backpack plates are kind of cool no matter whose you get. I mean, they're kind of cool because you can put them in a laptop bag or wherever, and you know, you can get through TSA and they don't say anything. Like, I have one of the backpack inserts I stick in that SOG pack, and usually whenever I carry it, and then like at least going somewhere. Now when I get somewhere, then I take it out because it's hot and sweaty just like everything else.
Just
You know,
walk around with the plate carrier on, man.
I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah. I mean, if you want the special tests from TSA, you know.
You know, the going back a little bit back on backpacks and everything, right? The best tactical backpack I've ever owned. Tactical Baby Gear.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen them. I've never had one.
I have one of their backpacks, man. And it is probably the best tactical backpack I've ever had. When I no longer need a diaper bag, I am taking that and making it my daily use backpack.
I have, still to this day, I have an old diaper bag that I have gun stuff in. Just it really just sits around now, but they technically it would make a great range bag because it's got pockets everywhere.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And mine has like a little it's got a pouch for like wipes on the front. So
Yeah.
it's got magnets on it. You flip it up and you can pull the wipes out, and it's like, yeah, all the times that you could use that, you know, just having that right there, like a little baby wipe.
Yeah. Yeah, I have years ago Tasmanian Tiger sent me one of their 25-liter packs or whatever it is. And the thing's like indestructible. But as far as tactical goes, it like splits off. You can, and inside it's got like a divider if you want it. If not, it's got Molly all down one side of the inside, plus some places to put stuff. It's a really nice pack. I think it's a little pricey for what you get, but when I want a slightly bigger pack, that's the one I carry. And it's inconspicuous because it's just like an all black backpack, so it doesn't look like tactical or anything. There's not even a place to put a patch on it.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So here it is. Trying to find this
Josh
video
was
so you guys can.
looking for something special, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm looking for a video, man. I always like to pull up these videos. I pretty much the same ones I show all of the guests that we have on, and just to get you guys' opinion and everything. But I'm having a hard time. It's basically the guy has a negligent discharge, or like it's an accidental discharge, whatever. He bent over inside of this gun store. The firearm went off in his pants.
Oh, I think I might. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the same one, but I may have seen that one.
Yeah, he
I
just
would-
bends over and then he screams and then he just like he throws the gun.
It's a Tom and Jerry scream.
They say it was a gun store, but it could have been Walmart. I mean, it depends on
Target.
where you live.
Well, I
Some-
remember when Walmart used to be a gun store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ours did too years ago, and it's
Mhm.
not anymore.
Yeah.
can't even
Sad,
buy-
but I'm gonna
That
ask you too.
Yeah, you also used to be able to buy a gun out of a Sears catalog.
Yeah, you could get them sent right to the house.
Yeah. I think I got one out sitting over here that is like that. I don't. It's a 22, but I think it's like a Montgomery Ward's or something.
Mm-hmm. Back when America was America.
Well, anyway,
Now I'm
while
gonna
I'm
look
looking
at
for
it.
that one, this one's pretty funny, man. We always get a kick out of this one. I'm sure you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Underneath the trigger guard, roll your palms together. So both your hands are going to sit on the left-hand side of the pistol. You're going to lock out both your arms. You're going to push with your right and pull with your left. Focus on that front sight tip. And now on this 44 Magnum, you can shoot it single action. That's like trigger pull.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk right out of there, man.
Did you mean to do that? Oh
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
totally.
You know, even though that guy did that, and that is an old video, it's still fantastic. The
Yeah.
best part about that video, besides him just blatantly shooting a hole in the ceiling, is that it's like he's done it a million times before because he just didn't even break stride. It just kept going.
He didn't
Yeah.
even say, "Oh shit."
And that's why he
Exactly.
was so embarrassed.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You see how red his face turned?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he was so confident in it to where it's like, I look at it the same way. Have you guys heard the theory about like if your kid falls, your reaction is going to determine their reaction.
Uh-huh.
So if you freak out, it's going to make everyone else freak out. The fact that he was so calm about it, I feel like kept the situation calm.
It probably did.
Nah, I think Homeboy
But-
had a sneaky suspicion that was behind him that
Uh-huh.
that shit wasn't cool.
You saw how he went like
Yeah.
when he turned it around. He went,
Yeah. He was like, don't point that barrel at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
He's
who
"No."
loaded it?
Well,
That's it.
Yeah,
I think-
exactly.
I think they already had trust issues with him when they first started instructing him.
I think they may have.
They're just like having a good time, just laughing. He's like, all right, let's see how many how many times he can flag us in 1 minute or something
Let
like
me
that.
show you the proper way to shoot the ceiling. Do a death pop.
We used to always laugh at the range because there's like covered bays. It's an outdoor range, and it never fails. They're just like pole buildings, and there's always holes in this like ceiling, and you know it's like 90% of them we're pretty sure were put there when the police were using the range.
Yeah.
uh,
Hey, Chad, are you guys also on Spotify?
I believe we are. At least last time I checked, we should be on Spotify under the, and I think if you just search Gun and Gear Review podcast, it shows up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Tell
Because
your
if I-
companies to send us some stuff so we can review it.
Well, you just gotta get out there and just send them an email and saying, hey, especially if you know people.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a plus. Yeah, looks like we're on Spotify.
Okay, cool. I assume
I
like
wonder if
it's-
Goliath
after you get on
Defense-
Spotify, it's pretty easy to just like blast it everywhere. So I assume you guys are probably on Amazon and Apple.
We're on Apple
And all
for
that
sure. I don't know about Amazon, but we're pretty much anywhere you get a podcast, you can find us.
I could tell you if you're on Amazon.
I probably could too, but Amazon confuses me. I'm old.
I don't understand like paying for Amazon and then having to rent a movie from Prime or Amazon Video or whatever.
Yeah,
Get you coming and going.
uh-huh. And that's the thing is like every once a year, when we have to pay the Amazon Prime or whatever, we're like, do we really need this? And then of course we're always buying stuff there, but it's like I remember when it was $50 a year. and you got like next day shipping on everything, and now it's like, oh, we got to wait 2 days or 4 days. It's like, what happened to my next day shipping?
It doesn't look like you're on Amazon. You know what
Okay.
gets me about it though is, so you have to pay for Amazon Prime for the shopping, right? But then you have to pay for Amazon Prime Video, where then you have to either have subscriptions to other streaming platforms like Paramount, HBO, all
Right.
that stuff, unless you get like the bad, whatever videos that free movies they have on there. But then if you want the music, because I actually like Amazon Music,
Right.
okay, you have to then pay the Amazon Music
Yeah, that's right.
streaming price. So to have all three, you're like $30, $40 in it.
Yep.
It's like, why can't you just do like a bundle for all of it?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because if you get the Amazon Music, like you can get free Amazon Music with your Amazon subscription, but then it's like the cheap, you don't get to pick your songs, you don't get to do anything.
Like how
Yeah,
Spotify,
exactly.
you can only skip songs like 4 or 5 times every
Certain
hour.
amount of times, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how they get you. It's like because people are just like, oh, I want to skip this song. Too bad, you're done.
Hmm.
And
Give
that's
us $30.
why, man. And so, uh, there's this. One of my friends was telling me about this um, website where people basically they get modified iPods, and now they're like those iPod videos and stuff. They're like coming back in style because people. Like one thing I noticed was that Android got rid of their like built-in music player, so now you have to download these other ones with
Mhm.
ads and stuff. So now people are just like forced to go to either YouTube Music or Spotify or something. But then they're just like, well, why do that when I can just buy this iPod, not have to worry about any ads, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And they're modified, so they have Bluetooth now. Yeah, and they have like what 2 terabytes on it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
Chinese.
Apple's
man.
really dropping
Gotta
the
love
ball, man.
Chinese.
Like you said, you were talking about Samsung. Apple, I feel like has really dropped the ball because they kind of did the same thing with Amazon Music, but it's like they made it a streaming platform like Spotify as well. You know?
Well, they
I
did the
s-
thing where they forced you to buy, where they still do that. They force you to buy their proprietary stuff. Like you can't. I mean, they briefly had Type C, right? Like charging cables, and then they went back.
Yeah, I don't know if they went back on the new ones or not. I'm not an
I
Apple
think the new
person.
ones are Type C.
I think they are. I think they still kept them that way. But like, they still like if you have like one of their tablets or something, there's still some are
That funny
US,
one with the
some are C and some are the old school, and yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't know. I try not to know about phones. I saw that supposedly Tesla is coming out with their phone, or Elon's coming out with their Tesla phone. It's going to use his Starlink, but who knows? We'll see.
Starlink, and then who knows? Maybe Neuralink.
Yeah, I think it said something about that too. But I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this Matrix stuff.
Yeah, I had seen something about this was back sometime in like the early summertime where they were showing like the first group of patients who had Neuralink.
Hmm.
And these patients were either paralyzed, their legs or their hands or whatever, so they couldn't. So they were controlling all of these computer and tablet applications basically just by thinking about it.
Right.
And it was kind of cool. I mean, it's like they can still work. They can still do a lot.
Yeah.
Contribute.
And,
what if it gets hacked? Can it get hacked?
yeah, probably. I mean, pretty much everything can get hacked if you got the right person.
Yeah, it's all hackable.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. I was looking at this back in 2016, I think it was. I forget, but Google created this like concept for a phone where it was all these blocks, and you could these blocks here, well, not that. These blocks where basically you can you can customize like your phone pretty much as much as you could customize a computer. You can
Right.
like add different cameras and
That's
different
crazy.
storage, a bigger battery, depending on like, you know, what
Right. You could
your
strip
need
it
is.
strip it down to whatever you don't want.
And that would have been perfect. I mean, it would have.
Oh, it's a
You just buy a new
Motorola.
module. That's it, and you
Yeah.
plug it in, plug and play.
All the Motorola phones I had crashed.
It it would have like the cell phone repair shops would have been out of business with that one.
Yeah.
How much did they cost?
I don't know. I don't think they were ever sold.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever actually released them or not, but
Mm.
I don't know much about phones. I don't try not to anyway. Does it work? Yes. Can I listen to podcasts? Yes. Can I listen to music? Yes. Can I update articles? Yes. Okay. It does what I need.
I think it sucks that the new Galaxies don't have SD slots, man.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I
Oh,
don't
yeah, you
think
gotta-
I don't think mine does either. I don't know. I'd have to take the case off.
Yeah.
You gotta get the. Are you talking about the SIM card slots?
Nah,
No,
the
they
SD
were
card.
yeah, they were micro SD card slots in some of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've been
The new
iPhone
ones?
since like 2012, 2010.
Mm.
gotcha.
The iPhone 5 was when I got into iPhone.
I try not to put my hands on Apple products.
That's what I try too. So I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
No,
Microsoft.
I need my ability to FaceTime.
You can do that on. You can do that
Yeah.
on.
Android?
You're telling me
Yeah.
I can FaceTime you right now?
No, because I don't have the devil's phone.
Yeah, he'd have to download an app on that Apple phone
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't do that. We just have to use. We can't download.
What do
the
you guys use,
FaceTime
like
app.
Teams or something like that?
Nah,
Skype?
Meet. It's a thing on here called Meet, and you can do that.
No, you just call somebody and you put them on video call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's what always happens to me. Switch to video, and I'm like, oh,
Right. Right.
Apple thinks that they're like so ahead of the game with this, and it's like, no, it's been around for a
Well,
while.
FaceTime. Apple had FaceTime first, though.
yeah, that's what. And well, they technically are the only one that does have FaceTime.
Well, the video call feature to where it's like in a call.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can hit-
Yeah.
Austin, Apple's not as good as you want it to be.
Well,
Chill
here's
out.
the reason why I need it. Okay.
He's gonna die on this hill.
No, I hate Apple now. I really don't want an
Don't
iPhone.
try to switch up.
No, I seriously, over the past year, I have absolutely come to not like. I feel it's a necessity that I need based off of the reasons why I have it, because everyone I know has iPhones, and the reason for that is FaceTime. Because at work, I get FaceTime calls a lot from a lot of techs that need assistance in figuring out what they're working on. And so they FaceTime me to show me what they're looking at, and I can point them in the right direction. If I don't have an iPhone, then I can't do that. It makes my job harder on assisting them in figuring out what they're working on.
It sounds like you threw a little bit of a word salad in there, Austin.
Well, see, I'll get him I'll get him back on track. I'll be like, so what's the coolest gun you guys have heard of recently?
I've been on a big kick where I really want a SIG P365, but I also want the Glock 19X. So like your stereotypical, like
I'm
consumer.
not a SIG person, but I like. I think it's the Legion.
Well, they make a few different ones, like the
Yeah, I can't
the-
think of the
I wanted the macro.
I think the
The
one the SEAL
365
team used.
macro.
the 226.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a nice
Mhm.
SIG, especially the Legion 226 is a nice pistol.
See, they didn't go out that lane with that. What's the one that goes off by itself?
The 320.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. They tried to
Yeah.
get out that lane. You know what I mean?
I have two of them, and you know, they haven't shot me yet, but I don't carry them either. So
You see,
I was
It's
seeing
still
where
in the back
people
of your
were
mind if
what
I,
people were doing was they were slightly pulling the trigger back or like jamming up the trigger in a certain way and just like wiggling the slide and it was causing it to go off.
yeah, and I guess there was a thing that if you assemble it incorrectly, then it can go off also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there was that too, and I'm like, I'll still use mine for range stuff, like I did before. I mean, they're full size 320s. It's like I like the pistol. It's just they've had a lot of problems with them, and you can't shoot them in any USPSA or IDPA or you got to go to outlaw matches. I guess some ranges have outlawed them completely. So
Yeah.
Like Sig makes a awesome gun. You know what I mean? Like the ones we was just saying, but it's like they tried to just go out of their lane with that, and
It's not only that, it's also the way, like you were talking about Benchmade, right? Like, I have a grudge against SIG because of the way they handled the situation. Because a lot of it came down to when people were having these instances where they, to where they had indies, right? And they were taking SIG to court for it. They were basically disputing all of, which I get it. It's a business, you don't want to pay out a bunch of millions of dollars and settlements or whatever. But their lawyers were basically just finding ways to discredit experts, right? Because the gun was so new at the time that they weren't able to produce studies that met the requirement to become an expert in that matter. And SIG should have just owned up to it and been like, yeah, we messed up.
yeah,
Don't buy this gun. But instead, and then also I feel like they kind of robbed Glock of the gun because Glock had the 19X ready to go. SIG was delayed, and they came out with a subpar gun that's nowhere near what the 19X is, and still got the contract.
but I could see the Sig was more modular than the Glock was, which
and
was
they were expected. They required supposedly modularity so they could change out grip frames, and the Glock didn't. The pistols Glock sent them didn't have any of that, and I get it, but.
yeah.
And now, of course, we all know SIG doesn't want to have anything to do with it because they're making huge amounts of money on their government contracts.
Yeah.
So,
But it's like, so both companies technically kind of took a gun they already had and
Yeah.
modified it to
Yep.
make it better, right? But the difference was Glock had a strike, because one of the deals was it had to be a striker fire, right?
yeah, I think so.
So Glock already had a striker fire, and they
They
already
put a
had a
safety
gun
on
that
it.
matched the specs of the 19X almost exactly. They didn't have to change anything major, whereas SIG took a hammer fire and turned it into a striker fire,
To
and
ma-
that's where a lot of their issues came from.
Well, and their other issues come with they put a competition style trigger system in it so they get better trigger pulls, but then of course you also lose. It would have been super easy, in my opinion, for SIG just to replace the triggers and put one of the stupid little flippers in it.
Yeah, like a Glock style
Uh-huh.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a trigger
And-
safety.
Yeah, the trigger safety in it, and then they could have been like, yeah, this fixes the problem. But see, I don't think they did that because I think they knew it wouldn't fix the problem.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like I said, I really want a 365 macro, and I keep saying I'm gonna buy it, but every time I do, something pops up on either my TikTok or something. I hear something, or my buddy talks about his 320, and it's like it just reminds me of how they dropped the ball when it came to. And the thing is that these are overall tools, right? Like a gun is essentially a tool. We all know the saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But now you're basically making it to where the gun does kill people.
But it, at that, it was a lot of other gun companies that had similar problems too, but they handle it differently. You know what I mean?
And,
Yeah.
and that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And like you said, the 365 was
Doesn't
designed
have
from
those
the ground
issues.
up. Yeah, right. It doesn't have the issues because it was designed from the ground up to be what it is. I just recently got in. Some people like them, some people don't. The Car's new X9, which is their super small to compete with the 365 and
Cars still make guns? I didn't.
they do. This is like the first double stack they've made. We got to figure they owned what Desert Eagle
Yeah.
and it is a super nice shooting pistol for as small as it is. But
Does it have a break-in period like the older ones?
I don't know. This one shot pretty good. I think I had two problems in the first couple hundred rounds. And it was like a stovepipe. I think, and I don't remember. The other one was probably magazine related, but it's been running okay since then. So, but it's a car. So of course, yeah, that's what it is. And it's super small, but a lot of people just don't like the car triggers because
Yeah,
they're,
I was about to ask you about that because I held one and messed with it before, and the trigger seems extra spongy and
they're just the best thing. The best thing you could compare them to is a super tricked out revolver trigger on double action. That's the best thing you could say. And I have one of their old, I don't know, CM9 super tiny ones, pocket pistols. So the trigger doesn't bother me because it's smooth. It's not like spongy smooth. It's just like a revolver. And so I was like, hey, can I get one of these for review? Because I wanted to review one and see how it shot. And it's it's way less snappy than I expected it to be.
No.
But they also made it so it will take Springfield Hellcat magazines and SIG 365 magazines, plus the car magazines. And so it'll take all three, which is kind of cool. But yeah, who knows?
You know what I really want? Have you heard of it's basically the Halo gun in real life. It's I think they're called Raid Tech or Rad Tech. And they
Oh.
have a digital display ammo counter.
Yes.
You want to pull that up, Josh? It's RADE.
And weren't they working on just the ammo counter itself too?
Oh,
Yeah. And I was thinking somebody put one in an optic. But I don't know exactly how that worked, but
Yeah, I've been really wanting one of these.
yeah, it goes on the back of the Glock.
Oh, that's cool.
I haven't ever seen one in person, but I've seen all the
It look
stuff
like-
for them.
if you drop it once, it's done.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, since it goes on the back of the slide where your back plate goes, I wonder if it has a switch with it. If it's one of those non-ATF approved China
That would
switches.
be nice.
Uh,
You know, a good thing you can't put a switch on the back of a high point.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That reminds me of that Duke Nukem gun.
you know what's weird is he says hold that slide up that you're looking at, because if you go down here to 5 days ago at the bottom of the screen, you see one of my pictures, and it's probably because it's for that Magnatech scope mount review. It's on the MDT chassis down there at the bottom.
Oh, right there.
Yep. I don't know why it came up when you searched for that, but hey,
Firearms Insider.
it's there.
No,
Yep.
that one.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird, because I'm pretty sure, and it takes you to something. That's an old
Yeah.
Oh,
That
it's
was
Raid Tech ammo. Okay, and with a digital counter. So yeah, I don't know why it brought up that picture, but hey,
What do you think about those chassis, man?
the which version, like the rifle chassis or the like the little ones for the pistols?
The pistols.
You know, I like some of them. Some of them are different. Uh, one of my co-hosts, Rusty, is he's gotten like 4 different ones in for pistols. So he's gonna here in a while, because he just recently got the last one in. Is gonna do some sort of review on them, like telling the pros and cons of kind of all of them together. And I've used some, and I have a couple, and I think they work for what they are, for with the pistol chassis, because it gives you, especially if you're like put it in a vehicle or something, you want something small that you can like put in an actual like little vehicle safe or something, because then you have more points of contact. You can just kind of fold the little brace out. You can put 30 round magazines in them, stuff like that. So for what they are, yes, I think they work fairly well. It's just kind of, some are better than others. I think I have one of the like, I can't even remember which one it is, but it's one of the clamshell ones that you just clamp around like a Glock, and then it's got some chintzy folding stock one. And I have it because I asked if I could get one for a review, because I have a pull release trigger for a Glock pistol. And so something like that makes it fantastic in one of those little chassis, because you pull the trigger, it fires, you release the trigger, it fires, and then it gives you the support you need. So if you have like one of the binary triggers, or the newer FRT triggers, or something like that, they probably work even better on.
So when it comes like time for you to do your reviews, what do you guys like discuss like during the week, like, hey, what kind of product are we going to review? Or does somebody just like say, hey, let's do this, or how do you go about that?
So like, if you look at it, if we have a review that somebody did and they're going to be on, we do the review. Like last week, the one that released today, I guess it's still Friday. Like I had a review of that Magnetech scope mount, which is a magnetic scope mount. You can see the magnets in the bottom there. So we put that in there because it's already on the website. And then we just choose products to talk about. I usually end up doing the show notes, and I just choose them. But if one of my co-hosts just says, hey, you want to put this in? Or sometimes I'm just like, what do you guys want to talk about? And I'll throw it in there. Like the main one last week was the Ride Out Arsenal Dragon, that new pistol that they are bringing out, which is cool because it's a new design that nobody's used. So who knows if it'll work. And then like I threw in the new adjustable gas block and a new AR trigger, and then there's a tenable knife in there, which is not a bad knife. So it's just kind of, I try to find new products that recently came out. Now sometimes we'll just do something that's super old, but other times we'll make sure it's just newer stuff. And I get press releases, or I just go on different websites and be like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Or if I'm scrolling Instagram or something and see something cool, I'll just save it.
Yeah. Have you reviewed like gun coatings, like Cerakoting and stuff like that?
I do. There is a Cerakote review on the website. It's from, well, there's technically kind of 2 or 3, because there's some reviews that include the Cerakote, like if it's a Cerakoted slide or something like that. But Midwest Firearm Solutions did a shorty AR that I have, the theme was it's supposed to be painted like a Star Wars X-wing. So, and he did a pretty good job of it. So
Yeah. We actually had someone on the podcast that was coming out with these new ovens for Cerakoting. I cannot remember the name of the company.
Seracure.
Huh?
Seracure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
Yes.
like on the forefront of like he had like they developed like their own formula, and basically cut the curing time.
Yeah, with
Like-
the oven that they use and everything.
Yeah, special like I guess whatever chemical compound they use to make the coating, and then the it once it reaches a certain like temperature inside the oven, like it's supposed to be like even stronger than just your like average Ceracuring or Cerakoting, which takes like what is it like a
It
2 days
takes
to cure or something?
yeah, it cuts it down. It only heats up. He said it only heats up like what coatings and stuff, and when it dries, it stops. And it drastically cut down the time for it. What do you say, like a couple hours? Besides a couple
Yeah,
days.
so it was like it's good to go in a few hours, man.
for like the air cure stuff that you can't heat up too much when it's curing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds interesting. I hadn't heard about it. I know there's other brands of coatings out there. I haven't really used any myself. I mean, besides like Brownell's Alumahide or something like that, which actually works fairly well. I do have a couple spray painted, good old Krylon camo jobs. So some
You
of
gotta have
those.
the rattle cans.
Yeah. And the thing is they work fine unless you want something durable, but rattle cans, if it wears off, you just spray it again.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm trying to find this guy, but yeah, Seracure. That was the name of the company.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was.
Hey y'all, I gotta hop off. I got a birthday party to continue to get
Oh,
ready
that's right.
for.
Yeah.
Well,
That
it
you
was
didn't remind me about.
yeah, no
I'm
kidding.
sorry, Rob. You know you're always welcome.
Sure.
It was nice meeting you, Austin.
I appreciate it. It was nice
Yeah,
meeting you too.
Yeah.
All right,
Well-
Austin. Have a good
All right, Austin,
weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow. all right?
Skipping out. It's too late there. It's like midnight.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to do for this party, so I'll be up all night probably.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
All right,
All right, man.
I'll talk to y'all later.
God bless you.
All right, I'll see you, man.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Okay, bye. The most advanced curing technology in the Cerakote industry cures Cerakote in 20 minutes using
Oh.
catalytic IR instead of hot air.
Oh, nice. So they're using infrared, huh? Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, man, really good stuff.
How is it spelled? Just like CARA?
Yeah, Cerakur.
KUR. Okay.
Seracure, right?
Well, if my fat fingers don't, I can type then. But
I can put it here in the Riverside chat, but
yeah, no, I got it now.
the,
course.
he's got the social media or that Seracure LLC is his Instagram. He's got pictures of the ovens that he sells and stuff.
Nice. Nice.
He
Yeah,
said
that's
he was
interesting.
going to send his hats.
Huh?
You remember he said he was going to send his hats for with the company name on it and everything.
Hey, it's taken me like, I don't know, like 5 years to finally, for Primary Arms to finally send me a hat. I'm like, you guys have been sponsoring the podcast for how long? And like, yeah. So I don't know. It's like I finally got a hat from him. Literally, it showed up like a few days ago. So
Better late than never, right?
that's right. I'm like, hey, send me a hat too.
If
Especially
out
since
of
I
all
always wear them.
Yeah, we actually did. We had a guy that, man, he straight up ghosted us. But we got a sample package from him, which was like a couple T-shirts and a couple hats and a beanie. And the quality was really good. The hats were embroidered, and the T-shirts were like the iron-on, a heat press thing.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh,
You got your hat? Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nah,
Yeah.
I got the shirt right here. You see it?
But we ended up doing. No, we can't see it. But we ended up doing. We just got back about a month ago. We did a Spartan race together, and actually, Austin and his wife made us shirts. They just had a Cricut, and then they ironed it on.
Yeah.
And I understand that like you can do like that affiliate marketing stuff and like really be completely hands off while other people make your products and everything.
Yeah, like I know like the few shirts we offer are they're like print to order is basically what they do. And so they're printed somehow and they're okay, but it's something. It's not like we're charging a fortune for them.
Yeah.
So,
Either way.
yeah, you got the Kilt in the Street one and then just our podcast logo. Those are pretty much all we offer.
Oh, there was those 3 shirts that I saw, right?
Yeah, those are pretty much it. I keep saying I should design something new, but I just haven't. I'm just like, we don't. It's not like we sell a bunch of them anyway. So it doesn't.
Right.
I don't really
Dude.
care.
I was like pumping you guys up too. I was like, man, guys,
Yeah.
check out their merch.
We got merch. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. We don't have. We've had patches and stickers, and we have. I think I still got a bunch of stickers, but we had patches for a while.
We had some pretty good
Yeah.
ideas for some
You know.
clothing.
patches.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
It's got a high point because that's why you get killed in the street. So, but yeah, that one the back's off of, so that's what. So I stick it up here on my mic stand. So, but
we
yeah,
had we always ask people about their we ask our guests about like training and like different things like what we can work on to become better shooters and one of the things I was curious.
yeah. I was
I
gonna
wanted to
say,
ask you. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm a terrible trainer, but okay, go on.
No, we Dimitri usually always asks the training questions and stuff, but I wanted to ask if they have this module thing that you can hook up to your pistol or your rifle, and it basically like feeds data like through Bluetooth about your accuracy and everything. I don't know. If you ever-
The Manus ones.
yeah, have you ever tried that out or?
I have probably most of them. What I've found is they work really well. I typically use them if I really want data for, like if I'm doing a muzzle brake review, I can shoot something with like an A2 flash hider, and then I can put a muzzle brake on it, use the same Manus system, and it'll give me data on like recoil and muzzle rise, stuff like that. So it works well for stuff like that. If you just want some practice, it works well for that too. Especially if you have like a dry fire mag, if you're using it on a pistol. My favorite all-time thing is the Manus Blackbeard, which is for the AR. And what it does is the magazine, it's too hard to dig out, is the battery pack and like the sensors stuff. And then it replaces your bolt with like their little red bolt. And so everything's the same, but every time you pull the trigger, it resets it. So it's your trigger, your AR. Yeah, there it is. And it's phenomenal. Just I can't say enough good things about that. Yeah, I mean, it's expensive. And if you have, it shoots a laser out also. So if you want to use one of the phone apps to register where it hits, it works well for that too. So there's a lot of, that's one of my favorite.
It's made in the USA too.
Yeah, they have the little ones that mount on like pick rails and stuff for pistols and stuff like that. And then there's also a system, and it's like a it's like a monthly fee system for some of it. And I have it, and it's called Virtual Shot. And it works really well with the Blackbeard system. And what it does is it's a mount that you mount your phone to, and it goes on your pick rail. So you can like use it as a red dot or as a scope in your on your phone. And it has like if you're shooting targets at different distances, you can input your like what caliber and stuff. So you'll actually get drops. So you have to compensate for how the bullet drops. Then of course it has games, which, those are always fun. But it's a pretty cool little system.
So are you saying that you can aim your rifle and then just look at your phone?
No, it mounts on the rifle.
So you use it as like a red dot or like a geotech kind of thing, or
you can. I was gonna say go to what is it, virtual/shot or virtual-shot.com, and you can kind of get an idea what it's like. But it takes it and it'll track the picture, and it gives you like a simulated scope. And then if you use it with the Blackbeard system, it's
That's
wow.
cool.
And then you can use it with optics, and that's what the little scope piece is. Or if you take that piece off, you can and just use it as like put it on the red dot one. Then it just shows a red dot on the screen, so it's like a real red dot. And one thing I found when I used it is if you have an actual red dot on your optic on your rail, like your AR, you can mount the phone behind it and just not turn the red dot on, and then position the red dot in the phone, its actual red dot, where your dot would be. So it's like looking through the tube. It's pretty cool that way.
Could you possibly sight in your optic with it, or
No, that one won't let you do that, unfortunately. But it is super cool. And there's a bunch of other companies that make similar stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
It's been around for a little while, but yeah, I've used a couple of them. I have the original one, and then I have the updated one, and they're both on the website somewhere. Because when I first got it, they didn't have the pistol version, and then they have a pistol version now, which doesn't work as good. You run like a dry fire mag or something with it, and it just didn't work as well for me. I'm not saying it's bad, but that's just my experience with it.
Man, that's pretty cool. What do you think about we talked to some guests that had spent a decent amount of time training with virtual reality, like Oculus or whatever.
Right,
in
the new
preparation
systems.
for USP SA competition shooting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
The new systems they have that you can draw and use your simulated pistol and stuff, they're really cool. I do not have one, or I've only tried them out at like shows and stuff like that. But they do help. Of course, none of them have recoil, which is the real problem. But as far as like trigger pull and all the other stuff, they really do help. And you get the draw strokes out of it. You can use it's your gear for the most part. Even though it's virtual reality, you can still shoot a course of fire.
No, they have. They're working on these suits that actually, at least like they vibrate a little bit. That basically to simulate impacts.
Right.
Um,
Now, I do have, and I have used it before. It's not quite the same, like with that virtual shot system. I have an airsoft pistol that's CO2.
yeah,
Even though you don't get a
simulates
ton
the
of
pain of a
shots.
real gunshot wound.
What? Well, you at least get the slide comes back, so it's not the
Yeah.
same as shooting a real pistol, but it's better than nothing. So it gives you a little more simulation there, but it really depends on what you want. But I still think that, I mean, dry fire practice has been around since the beginning of guns, basically, and it helps. So all these other virtual reality ones are just going to make it better.
Yeah, and you know, I was actually I was thinking about that. In the arcades, they had like Time Crisis and like they had a like you know Alien versus Predator or something like
Uh-huh.
that. But they had those guns that had at least like a little like a little vibrating like thing in there
Yep.
that um
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I don't know if, yeah, they have put anything like that in them yet.
but that's getting more and more popular now. Like you're seeing actual VR, like the VR helmets, the
Hmm.
full rifle. Like you know, I was just at an arcade not too long ago, and they had like it was like the old school, um, M16 A4 with the underbarrel grenade launcher.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and so, I feel like they do. I don't know if they're doing virtual reality training like that for the military, but we did some kind of like we did a computer game and then like a virtual like gun range
Hmm.
kind of thing. But I don't know about like the exploring an environment because I played this like games that are pretty realistic when it comes to movement, when it comes to like the actual the functionality of a weapon, like you
Hmm.
actually have to put the magazine, you
Yep.
know, rack the slide, all that. And so it's pretty accurate, even down to like pulling a pin on a grenade and
Hmm.
then letting the spoon fly off. So yeah, that stuff's getting pretty advanced. Um, and the last guy said that it's the last event that he shot at. He was hearing more and more about people training for competition shooting using VR games.
Yeah. And
So
I think it helps. And I mean, the big advantage is it's similar, and you still get, because you can still use your like belt, that you wear, your range belt. You can still use, if you wanted to use a plate carrier, you could still use that. It's like all your gear is similar. So I mean, like reloads, I guess, aren't the same, but it gives you a way better idea than it did 5 years ago. So you still get some good training out of it without the recoil, and you can, and it's super easy. I mean, you just do it wherever.
yeah, exactly. Um, so if there was one like item that you or one accessory that you did a review for, what's like the weirdest one that you ever reviewed? Like, uh, I guess weird in a way that ended up like turning out to be kind of like reliable, but or kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a really good question, because most of the stuff is just normal, everyday. You get handguns, you get rifles, you get uh, handguards, you get compensators. It's like the weird stuff is, I have, there's, I don't even know if they still make them. X-Tech Tactical, you guys probably heard of them. They used to make, and they might still make them, training gloves. and they're just a set of shooting gloves basically that you put on, but then it has little Velcro spots, so you know where to wrap your hand and put your fingers, and then like put them on your thumb. I don't. I probably still have them somewhere, but and so like if you're trying to teach somebody how to use a pistol, you can put it on, and then it like has little Velcro pieces on the fingers and then on the front of the glove, so it tells you and kind of keeps your fingers where they're supposed to be. That's kind of the weirdest, one of the weirdest things, but it works.
I didn't even know
which-
they existed.
Yeah, that's them exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can kind of see the little Velcro spots on them, and yeah, it's definitely not something that you would think, hey, this thing's gonna be awesome, and then, but yeah, they worked quite well, and it's not something you would even ever think about.
What was the best flash hider you ever reviewed?
The best compensator. Well, did we count suppressors? Because they always work better. I haven't reviewed any suppressors just because, but I do have some. I will swear up and down, the Walker Defense Nero is the best muzzle brake out there. And he's actually one of our sponsors now, but when I reviewed the original one, and for years after that, he wasn't. But it is a phenomenal compensator. It hides flash to some extent, but it's not considered a flash hider. And
Is
it's
it
weird.
loud?
Yeah, they're all loud though. Yeah. But they just work. And I've had some other compensators that were pretty darn good, but that one, I mean, they're expensive, but they work fantastic.
It kind of with the design on it, it kind of reminds me of what is it, Knight's Armament? I can't think right now.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, they're 3D printed, Inconel, I think, if I remember right. And so they have
It's like an old school one.
yeah, but they have like a honeycomb feature along that bottom flat side to disrupt gas. And I don't know if the picture, they are really, they do work. So, and they're loud. They're just not as loud as some there. That picture, you can kind of see the honeycomb. from the
Yeah,
bottom.
see.
Honeycomb in there.
But yeah,
It
that
looks
is
cool.
it's phenomenal. Now, of course, we because they are a sponsor now. You can get 15% off anything they make. It's under our discounts, or you can click through them. But yeah, which helps. But yeah, they're phenomenal on cutting recoil or muzzle rise. The other weird thing, when you guys were asking, as I was looking at here, I did review some of the combat flip flops. They're basically Chuck Taylor copies. So, I mean, they're just a tennis shoe. So, but as far as reviews go, that was kind of an odd one.
Were they comfortable?
They were. I mean, shoes are shoes, so it depends. They were comfortable. It was more kind of to tell about the story of how combat flip flops started. Was kind of it.
They're kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I don't know which version. Now, my co-host Tony, when they made them, they did make a version, and I don't know if they still do. They used their Dicaflage.
Oh yeah.
And made the shoes with those. So there is
Austin
that.
would have liked that.
Huh?
Austin would have loved that.
I mean, it's pretty funny. He wore them for a while, so they went. It was pretty funny, but Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
man.
if they still make those or not.
It takes a real man to wear those.
I mean, they're pretty funny. I mean, they really are. It's I'm clicking through their website now just to see if they actually do or not. But yeah, I mean, their shoes. It doesn't look like they have that right now. But you know, hey, whatever. Maybe they'll bring them back. Who knows?
Yeah.
We had a guy on the podcast. I think was it his name was Casey, I think, from War Paint Customs. I'm pretty sure he had a camouflage or a decamouflage
Yeah.
pattern also.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's out there, so
Yeah,
And
pretty sure.
they had a holster. Who had the holster that had the dicks on it, man?
Oh, I'm sure everybody probably has one here or there.
Oh yeah, it was that dude Casey, yeah. But I mean, his stuff is pretty cool. I mean, it's like see some of the artwork he has here on his on these magazines. I'll share the screen real quick. Not a sponsor, but he's got some cool stuff.
Yeah. He was pretty
Oh,
cool
yeah,
too.
Laser engraves them and cerakotes them, and yeah. Well, there's his problem. He's got a basset hound. Yeah. And what? Who is that? It's.
Oh, Casey from War Paint Customs.
Oh, okay. I got
Army
you.
vet, Michigan. Just an Army vet living in Michigan, doing stuff with guns, man. So we're at about an hour and a half mark.
Yeah,
Are you
you're
good?
in there somewhere. Yeah, I'm good for a little bit longer. They
Okay.
haven't. My wife hasn't yelled at me yet, so.
Alright, cool.
I mean,
So
she's
what-
hanging out. She's hanging out with the stupid basset hound. So
Wait, you have a basset hound too?
yeah, we got a basset hound.
Oh wow.
and a lab. Before the basset hound, we had a wiener dog. So, or I had a wiener dog. So, yeah.
Man, those guys are little rascals.
You got one?
No.
Yeah,
One of my friends does.
they're all
Have you
trouble.
ever reviewed any gear for dogs or anything?
No, I haven't reviewed any gear for dogs.
Dude, I'm trying to get this guy on the podcast. He does dog training, but it's like a combination of self-defense, like concealed carry, but combined with like dog training. It's pretty cool, man. I've been trying to get him on.
Yeah, our lab has some tactical harness because he likes to get out of everything else. So, my daughter used to always yell at me because every time I'd walk him, I'd put a different patch on his stuff. So,
Yeah. So
Gotta have options, man. Variety is the spice of life.
that's right. That's right. Because I used to have a patch wall, and then I took it down. I was like, this thing's taking too much space up.
yeah. So, what's like? What are your like goals for your podcast, and like, do you have like anything you're trying to meet within the next year or so, or are you
really.
just having fun, just reviewing stuff?
That's pretty much it. We review stuff. We get people. I mean, we don't have a ton of guests on the podcast. It just kind of depends. Sometimes we have more than others, but it's us just talking about stuff, just doing reviews. It's fun getting to test out all this stuff. If you want to like build a new AR or something, you can try out some of the newer stuff. I'm kind of a trigger snob, so I always there's a ton of trigger reviews on the website just because I like to try them all out.
What do you think about Gosley triggers?
Well, let's see. The truth is they're not a bad trigger. I think there's better triggers out there for less money.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on the Geisley triggers.
Well, they made the ALG trigger, right?
Yeah.
Well,
They make those for the ARs.
Yeah.
I mean, the enhanced mil-spec triggers or whatever they kind of are that are coated. which are a nice trigger for mil-spec-ish triggers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, give me something better.
What would you say is better?
Oh, I have a few. It depends on what you want to do, though.
Mm.
Now, if you don't mind a reset that feels weird if you shoot slow, Trigger Tech makes a fantastic trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I also own, I think it's 3 now. It's Black Talon Tactical. They make adjustable and fixed triggers that have like no movement whatsoever for your AR. They're like, it's like a 50 thousandths break and that's it. And the adjustable one is like adjustable from like 2 to 6 pounds or something. But yeah, I have a few of those, and they're, for me, it's a phenomenal trigger. You wouldn't want to give it to a beginner because there's nothing there, and
Yeah.
but you know, for somebody that knows how to handle a rifle, they're fine. But yeah, I have so many, but and they're decently priced too.
What about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna, yeah, I have a bunch. So,
What about AK triggers? Have you ever reviewed any of them?
I don't even own an AK.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not that I haven't shot plenty of AKs. So I don't know any of the triggers. I think I heard Timmy just brought like a cartridge trigger out for them. And Timmy makes a good trigger too.
What do you think about Gucci Glocks?
You know, as long as they work,
Yeah.
I'm fine with them. You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, all you're doing is just basically dressing it up. I mean, put a comp on it and optic and paint it cool and put some chrome on it.
Do you agree with changing triggers in your carry gun or just keeping it stock?
Yeah, it depends on the triggers. Some I'll change, and I know, because I figure if you happen to ever use it, it doesn't matter what they're going to do. They're going to try to get you for whatever. Now, granted, I'm not going to put certain triggers in a carry gun. I'm trying to think if any of my carry guns actually have a different trigger, and yes, but not really yes. Like the Glocks have like maybe a 3.5 pound disconnector. So they're still running essentially a stock trigger. They're not like a competition trigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I don't have a problem with it. Some people do. They're like, "Oh, just run a stock trigger." I'm like, "Well, one of my carry guns is a 80% Glock 43, so I mean, technically it's already a ghost gun." So,
Right.
and the funny part about that is it has a bone stock Glock trigger in it. Like, it's a terrible trigger, but it's not. It doesn't matter for what it is.
What? I have one more question. What did you think of the original triggers in the MMPs with that little hinge thing on it?
Like the ones Glock sued them for, or the ones after that.
They sued them for the first one. That one that the bottom like swing?
Yeah. But I think that was the one they sued him on, but it might not have been.
Because the new one reminds me more of a Glock than first one.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with them, and I've shot those with the little, like, the half bottom of the trigger hinges, and I thought they were okay. I mean, those original Smith & Wesson triggers weren't the greatest, but they've improved them so much since then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these are nice. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the trigger you were talking about that they got sued over, right?
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Glock sued that they They sued them for the SHV too. Nah, that's a night. What's the name? Scope.
It was like the
Night-
SV something or other because I don't remember which one it was, but
Yeah, they just catching Smith and Wesson, ain't they?
yeah,
Was
I
there-
don't know.
Glock kind of really stole the 40 cal idea from him, though. So
Yeah,
So is there a piece of gear, accessory, or anything that everyone loves but you just can't stand?
everybody loves that I can't stand.
Yeah. Is it like an overhyped piece of equipment or something, or something?
You know, I'm sure there is.
Might take a little time.
Yeah,
figure out.
well, that's the thing is, I mean, there is overhyped stuff, but usually it's like,
Because it's good.
well, but there's overhyped like guns more
Yeah.
so than just gear. It's like, oh yeah, this gun's fantastic. It's like, no, it just shoots like a normal gun, you know. And so I don't think I really have anything. I'm sure I could find something, but I'd be hard pressed to find something that's just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sometimes the industry does, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
like after you do a review, do the company like ask you how can it be made better or improved or something like that? Stuff like
I
that.
try sometimes. Now, like I'll do a review and I always send them links. And a lot of times in the review, I will be like, hey, you know, I think this could use this, or you could do this would be nice if it did this, or, and, you know, and then sometimes, yeah, they get feedback quite often. Like I have a Global Ordnance monolith. It's made by Foxtrot Mike, and it's a fantastic little rifle, AR style. But I had problems with the forward charging handle, and it would catch, and I just took a file to it to fix it. But on the ones after that, they radiused the end of it so it wasn't flat. So
Yeah.
it's now got a radius on it, and it doesn't do that anymore. Which I thought was cool because I was having a problem with it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we just radius the new ones, and it doesn't do that." So some people are really good about it. Other companies not so much. But I always try to put stuff that's happened in the reviews. So if you read them, it'll be like, "Yeah, I'd like this," or "This happened."
Yeah.
I mean, if you're reviewing like a handguard for an AR, it's a little different story because you're like, it's a handguard. It's either small, it's large. Did it catch on anything? They all flex unless it's a quad rail.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you ever had a company that was like, "Fuck you and your review"?
probably. I'm sure there's a few companies out there that haven't liked some of the reviews. And I don't specifically know what they are. But sometimes it's like you never hear from them again after you review something.
I got you.
Like, dang. Like, we don't know how to take this right now.
The thing is most of them are pretty good because it's like we let them know, or they know. We try to do honest reviews. If your stuff's crap, we're going to tell you it's crap.
Yeah.
The big advantage in the firearms industry that I've noticed is a lot of the stuff is good. It's not like you always get stuff that's crap. It's, you know, most stuff for the most part is going to work for 95% of the people who buy this stuff. And then there's the 5% that it may not work for just because they're super hard on stuff, and I'm notorious for breaking stuff. And it's like we joke because Tony, one of the co-hosts, is a Marine, and they're notorious for breaking stuff. Well, he breaks a lot of stuff too, but I'm notorious for just breaking stuff too. And it's like, I was never a Marine. I couldn't, I tried to go in the service when I was young, but I have asthma. So they said, screw you. Yeah. So then I just got into guns, whatever. They wouldn't let me shoot them for free. So, excuse me.
Yeah. And now you're better than all the Marines. More trained. Yeah, more trained than all the Marines.
The thing is though, the Marines are great. In fact, one of my really good friends besides Tony is a Marine too, and so it's like, it's just probably because anybody who's a Marine has got to be weird like me, so it's probably or crazy, one of the two. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So we just find stuff. I find people that are Marines, and they find me because we both break stuff.
And then you can break stuff together.
That's right.
Let's see. Yeah, I was like thinking, like, dudes, were those companies that were looking, like, for, when they get the review, it's like, were they looking for a pat on the back, or were they actually interested in having people test their products to their, like, take them to their limits and find improvements? You know what I mean?
And I think some of them, I think it's about 50-50 probably. We get, some people are like, hey, thanks. And over the years, because I've done it long enough, you see some of these companies will like make those improvements or, and it's like other people review their stuff. And if they say the same things, then the company's like, oh, this is a problem, or this could be a problem. And so, and then you see them change stuff. Other companies, it's like they just really want, it's just marketing for them. They just want their stuff out there for marketing, and and they get a review, so it's out there. It's like, oh, so if somebody actually wants to learn about it, they can read it or listen to the podcast and find out about it.
You get a review, bam, the video goes viral, and now.
No, that never happens to us. We're not that big.
How does it work when a company send you a gun review?
Well, I'm a little more complicated than some because we don't get paid. I specifically basically tell them that I'm not going to return it.
Oh, okay.
Well, and the other thing is I don't have an FFL, so I have to pay to have it transferred in through an FFL, and it's like it cost me $50 or whatever, and it's like, really? Hopefully your sponsor, Goliath Defense, gets his FFL soon, and he'll probably charge me less, but I'll tell him, hey, I got this discount code. It's
right.
It's at least got to get me something.
Yeah, right.
But the advantage is he'll be close too, so that's always a plus.
He's a good person too.
Yeah. I have now sometimes if I really want to try something out, I'm like, if they need it sent back, that's fine. Or if I know like or I know that maybe I can pay industry pricing for it. There's certain circumstances where I'm like, I want to get this in just to try it out. And then there's other companies that they know I'll just, it's like, hey, you basically, this isn't out yet. Don't say anything about it. Here it is. Keep it for a month, then send it off to the next guy, stuff like that. And it's like, for other companies, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. It just really depends. And it's like I said, I don't try to review stuff that costs a lot of money. So it's like I told one person, they were sending me a gun that was like $450 MSRP. And I was just talking to them. It wasn't like I was telling them. And I was like, people have trouble letting you keep a $450 gun. They didn't, but some companies do. But yet I can call up X optics company and they'll send me a $1,500 optic and not even bat an eye at letting me keep it. And it's like, what's the difference? I mean, one's worth 3 times as much, and it's just weird that way with the industry, and it's and I understand why some companies don't want to, and others just don't care. They're like,
They're
"Here you
afraid
go."
that it's going to get up on 2 feet and start walking around and shooting people.
I guess. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine that also does stuff similar, and they're like, I wish some of these companies would actually take the guns back. They're like, I'm out of room. So,
I wish I had that problem.
well, I don't have that problem either, but
Right.
Did you ever see a company make a change that you had like you were involved with?
that I mean that global ordnance monolith, yes,
Yeah.
because I do know that one because it's recent. I think there's a few others, but I don't remember them offhand.
So that's pretty cool, though, man. To kind of shape the future of that company right there.
It really is, because it's like, and some companies are super great about it, and other companies aren't as great about it, because you know they read the review and they looked at it, and it's like, maybe it's not worth changing, or it's too complicated to change. But other companies are like, oh yeah, we want to make this better, and it's not really going to cost us anything.
But I mean, shoot, you can put your name on that, you know.
Right.
Right.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Get you a couple checks.
Well, listen, we're right about at the 2-hour mark, and if there's any, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about or anything like that, but yeah,
I'm good.
I got all my questions, all my markers, boxes checked.
You got all your check boxes checked, huh?
Yeah. Just for podcasts, you know, like
I
what are
do.
the markers we're trying to meet with the podcast?
You
know?
are a wealth of knowledge, man.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
And humble too.
Yeah.
That maybe.
You're right about that.
Yeah, maybe. He said it depends
I might
on-
be humble, but the rest of it, you're pushing me there.
Well, yeah, like you said, Chad. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate you taking the time and
Yeah.
just coming hanging out with us, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come on, just let us know, man.
Well,
That's right. You're always welcome. And go ahead and plug up all of your
all of our stuff.
sponsors
Well,
and everything. Yep.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plugs.
Shameless plug.
Well, of course, you can find us at www.firearmsinsider.tv. The podcast, Gonna Gear Review podcast, you can get a link there, or everywhere, I guess, except Amazon Music. So, you know, hey, Spotify has us, Apple
Thanks,
has us.
Austin.
That's what really matters. You know, you can find us there. It's at Firearms Insider, pretty much in the social media that matters, which is technically probably none of it, because it is the overlords that don't like firearms.
You just need to have some half-naked women in there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right?
And
Get trained.
you know, we do have sponsors, but I mean, Primary Arms Optics sponsors us, and Walker Defense, VZ Grips, and also Excess Sights. So, you know, you can head over to the website and you can find discounts over there. We have some affiliates, you know, that we always ask if people, you don't have to click through them, but we get a few pennies here and there. So, you know, it basically helps pay for, you know, going to SHOT Show. That's about it.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and get out there as a group, man, for the whole podcast team.
I think if you're going in 2026, I believe they just opened up the media signups.
Okay. Nice.
So
Also, you guys are on iHeart. I just found you.
yeah, like I said, I think we're pretty much everywhere except like Amazon. I think there's so many we're at. I don't even know where they're all at because it just feeds them automatically. So
Yeah. Guys, check out Apple, Amazon, iHeart, Spotify. You can find our 2A Brotherhood podcast there. You can also find us on Rumble, Kick, a little, some not so well known podcast places that or less popular ones.
YouTube,
YouTube.
we're not banned.
yeah,
YouTube,
exactly.
We're still banned on X. Somebody hacked into our X and then like spammed a bunch of like XRP crypto stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
TikTok, you know how they'd get down, so we're not even gonna go there.
Uh-huh. Well,
Yeah.
exactly. I want to thank you guys for letting me come on. I don't know if I improved anything or on your podcast, but hey, it was something to do on Friday.
You enriched the podcast.
Absolutely. Yep. We're all a little wiser now too. And honestly, it was just good to talk to you. You're very mellow and yeah,
Yeah,
fit
well,
right
thank
in.
you.
So it was
Cool dude.
good podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We will see you next Friday. Thank you again for watching. Check us out on TikTok. Maybe we're still floating around there somewhere. There's like 4 channels.
Right.
But, yeah. All right,
Good night,
y'all.
motherfuckers.
Good night.